Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this one we're testing the GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super in Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered Edition, and we have the Zotac AMP Hollow model of the card, and here are all the specs of the GPU. And we have the 16 gigabytes of GDDR6X from Micron. We have the latest NVIDIA driver 566.03, which is game-ready driver for this game. And we have resizable bar element inside BIOS. Over here in Task Manager, we have Intel Core i7-13700K CPU. For memory, we have 64 gigabytes of DDR5 CL36 6000 MHz RAM. And finally, for MSI Afterburner, we have no overclock supplied. Everything is set to stock settings. So let's jump into the game and check out the frame rates. So here we go, guys, at maxed out graphics settings at 4K native, and I just completed the initial few missions to get to here in the open. Now I can properly benchmark the game, and before I actually get into the video, I want to let you guys know that I upgraded my whole streaming PC setup, including the capture card which I had before. Was a 1080p capture card, and I recently changed my monitor, so it wasn't really working properly with that, so I had to buy the 4K one, and now I can actually natively record in 4K, and that is why you might see way better picture quality or video quality from earlier. So do let me know how it looks, the video quality, if it has improved from before, and also if you see any problem with the video. And I'm sorry about that in that case, because I'm really new and I haven't really properly set it up yet. So I'm just for recording right now, I'm just using it somehow with some settings set up. But anyways, here we go. As you can see right now in the game, GPU usage is not maxing out, even though we are at 4K maximum settings, and it's hovering around 94-95%. That's pretty weird though.
That'll help.
And that frame time graph is like constantly, there are a lot of micro stutters I can see. It's going up and down all the time. And we are staying above 60 FPS most of the time, as you can see, averaging around 64 as well. VRAM usage as seen, we are touching 12 at times. I've seen that before, touching 12 also. And also, this game, I don't know why they remastered it, but by the looks of it, they really have done a good job on the remaster portion. I really would like to say that, especially the vegetation in this game, the plants and grass, everything, the water, and especially character models, lighting, they have really changed it up, and they have matched it up to Horizon Forbidden West standards. And the game is way more demanding now on your system. It was already very demanding, and if I remember correctly, back when this game released in 2020 on PC, it wasn't so optimized properly. It had lots of performance issue back then. But right now, as you can see, it's running pretty good, this version of the game. And I think you can probably transfer your save also from the original game. But yeah, guys, as you can see, it's running perfectly fine. Let me do this mission really quickly. We have override a strider here.
Striders.
And obviously, they have made the game look way more vibrant also.
To wind up trampled by a frightened herd.
I remember this game looking very dull, the original version. But this looks very vibrant. And it's really popping. And I really like vibrant colors.
There we go.
You know?
That a boy. That's more like it.
What the hell? Get the hell off me.
Yeah.
Okay, where do we have to go? That way? Okay. As you can see, while riding, the FPS is dropping slightly to 50-ish frames per second. This game also has frame generation support. We're going to use that as well.
Fascinating.
What I'm going to do is now turn on DLAA instead of TAA. So we're getting 65 on this scene. Let's quickly switch our settings. I don't know why my mouse cursor has disappeared though. I have to work with the keyboard only. Let's find DLAA. There you go. Let's see how much FPS it takes away from us. And yeah, we get like 2-3 FPS less. That's quite acceptable, honestly. And I think it looks more sharper and clearer when using DLAA. In the distance, it looks much better than TAA. TAA makes the picture a little bit blurrier, obviously.
Corruption
That's the
spreading
work
across
of
the
TAA,
land,
that's how it
and our
works.
valley sealed off.
But DLA looks pretty good, I should say. And I think I'm gonna stick with DLA now. So continue forward. The detailing is really superior in this game than the first one. And especially the water also. They have really changed the water in the game. I remember the original game had very whitish looking water. There was like, I don't know, like a white coating on top of the water. It didn't really look that great, to be honest. Can we do some fishing? Yeah. Fishing with arrows. Trout. But the water in this remastered edition looks fantastic. And it's pretty fine, I would say. Decent. Not the best looking water. But they are already fishing over there. And mostly they have upgraded the vegetation in this game. It is more in line with Forbidden West, as far as I can say. We have here. Talk to Varl. Oh, is that Varl same guy we saw in Forbidden West? So up next, we are going to use DLSS quality on top of this. We're getting like 62 FPS over here. Let's see how much boost DLSS quality can get us. So upscaler, we're going to use DLSS quality. We're going to also try frame generation after this. Yeah, that's a quite decent boost, I would say, from 62 to 92. Not bad. And yeah, now it's gonna be very much playable, I should say. And looks quite good at the same time. Not too bad. Obviously, it's slightly blurry on the distance, but that's still quite acceptable, I should say. And GPU usage is now maxing out, as you can see, 99%, 100 at times. VRAM is over 12. Let's do this mission real quick. Not sure where Varl is. Talk to Varl. Where is Varl? What the hell is that? Oh, that's Varl, I think, down there. How are we going there? Through here? Oh no, she died from that fall. Come on, you can't die from that tiny fall, Aloy. Alright. We have to go back there. So call my horse. Strider. Let's go, buddy. As you can see, dropping into the 70s as well in this forest area, where it is the most demanding, I should say. Where there are more trees and vegetation, it's the most demanding, that scenario. The RAM usage is slightly below 20. Let's enter this area real quick. This thing is so slow.
Just outside the gate.
Watch yourselves!
The gates look shuttered.
See?
Bring it closer! Closer!
What?
Varl?
Am I correct?
Time-
The cap.
I'm gonna skip all of these
The tra-
cutscenes
yeah.
real quick.
I should be on.
Aloy, the tribe needs
Where was
the warp. You might be.
Right then. Just kill the sawtooth. Nice.
May the goddess protect.
My whole life.
Okay, so as you can see, this is running fantastic right now. Everything looks so good. I really like her hair though, Aloy. They upgraded to the Forbidden West one. That's what I'm really looking into the most, her hair in this game. And it looks fantastic, I should say. Let's quickly turn on frame generation, DLSS frame generation. So I'm gonna disable this upscaler, and we're gonna use DLSS frame generation. Like that. So we are not using DLSS upscaling, but we are just using frame generation on top of native res.
Oh, useful.
And look at that frame time graph. It became so smooth now. those micro stuttering issues are completely gone if you turn on frame generation. As I can see in native, there is that constant stuttering, which I really don't like. I don't understand. Do they do it on purpose so that you actually use frame generation in the game? That is so silly, you know. It's really smooth. I am seeing smoothness of like 60 FPS, the input lag. That's around like 60 FPS. It's very, very smooth. No problems absolutely using frame gen. And I can't also notice any artifacting or ghosting or anything like that. Even on our hair, looks pretty good. And water looks pretty good as well. Let's do some fishing again. Got 3 fishes to kill over here. What? How did I miss that? Actually, we got four fishes. Good hunting or good fishing. All right. Let's get all of these trouts. We'll have some good dinner tonight. You know? Actually, I have plans for cooking fish. You know, in the next 2 days. These will do, I think, for that. And look at that FPS. Look at the 1% low. And it's very high, like 78. That's close to our average, which means there is no lag, no stuttering issue whatsoever. We override it. Yes. I think it's gonna attack the others, right? Go ahead, boy. Attack them. Man, from boy I remember I had to play God of War Ragnarok. And also Silent Hill 2. For some reason the game keeps on crashing after the last update they pushed out for the game. On DirectX 12 it keeps on crashing. It does work on TX 11 for me. That's pretty weird. Look at that for a moment. It's so vibrant. Everything looks so good. The game. Look at the character. Quickly gonna try frame generation on top of DLSS quality, guys, as well. And now we are touching 100 FPS as well. And so if you want higher FPS experience, you can go for these settings. Come here, turkey. Man, I never had turkey. I really want to have some time. We don't have that here that much. It's very rare. But I would really like to try that. How does it taste though? Now we are using over 13 gigs of VRAM. That is crazy. With frame generation on top, that takes a lot of VRAM. Ancient tank, I guess. Select one. And now I can slightly notice some artifacting in the grass when I'm moving my camera a little bit. It's like it becomes like grainy a little bit. But it's still acceptable, you know, with these FPS. So up next, guys, for 1440p resolution, finally I can record in exclusive full screen mode. Because I got this 4K capture card, I don't have to run my games on borderless anymore for 1440p. And we're going to use DLAA. And we're going to use the very high settings, which is maxed out, basically. And by the way, I forgot to tell you that I'm using 15 FOP for the game. The motion blur is turned off. Vignette is turned off as well. Bloom is off as well. And I moved the camera down here so you can actually see the settings properly. So here we go. Let's count the FPS. As you can see now, we're getting 100 FPS pretty much at 1440p max out. Graphic settings, it's like similar to what we were getting like with frame gen with DLSS quality at 4K maxed out.
Saving these for the trail.
We have here corrupted zone. Maybe I should try and kill these things. I don't think I'm that powerful, you know. But I'm still gonna try. Beat these folks. And I keep on missing my shots. Let's go. Whoa, 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 relax. Stunned it. I haven't unlocked any of my skill points though yet. And that's why I might struggle a bit. I think I should do that after this. And this was a bad idea, guys, to engage in this fight. So we are alive again.
All of it in the embrace. The world
Look at
just
that
got
water.
bigger,
It looks so good.
but also more dangerous.
I love the water. It doesn't look that standard of Horizon Forbidden West, but it's way better than the original or the first game, whatever you want to call it. The non-remastered version, I should say. Everything looks quite good. Draw distance is pretty nice on the game as well. And as we switch to 1440p, CPU usage has kind of climbed up. We're getting like 100 FPS average as well. So it's quite playable like this. Obviously, we could play at 4K, so why not 1440p? GPU usage, surprisingly at 1440p is maxed out. But in case of 4K, it wasn't really maxing out most of the time. It was hovering around 95, 96. Works fine for 1440p. And I don't think we need to use any DLSS or frame generation for 1440p for this GPU, but we are still gonna do it just for fun. So let's quickly enable DLSS quality and check this out in case any of you want to use it still. Here it is. It looks really bad now, especially on my 4K monitor. It looks really bad. I don't think it will look this bad if you have a native 1440p panel or on a 1080p panel if you're using DSR to make it 1440p, which I strongly recommend you do every time. I recommend that. And looks quite decent, not that great. Especially the character detail, it doesn't really downgrade that much with DLSS. It's all the grass and the environment which gets downgraded. And as you can see, 120 FPS average pretty easily. VRAM is kind of high though, even though we are at 1440p. Not gonna engage them, you know. I need to unlock my skills first and upgrade weapons. And I don't think I can definitely shoot this thing though. Sorry, mate. You are the only thing I can kill right now,
That'll keep my
effectively.
stomach quiet.
But as I was saying, I don't think I'm gonna play this game again from the beginning and get a turkey again and finish this game up. I got so bored of Forbidden West, you know. I forcefully made myself play that and stream that live. I might stream this game live here and there and test some GPUs on it. But I don't think I'm not gonna finish this, obviously. Alright guys, finally for 1440p, I'm gonna use DLSS quality and frame generation as well. We're also gonna try it with only frame generation after this. But here we go. As you can see, GPU usage is surprisingly still maxing out even at 1440p. That's pretty good. The engine, this game's engine is pretty nice and pretty well optimized for CPUs, you know. And we are getting 150 plus FPS, flawless experience, ultra smooth gameplay on my 144 Hz monitor. Sorry folks,
I'd have to ditch something.
I need your meat. Can't help it. But yeah, 169 climbing over 180 over here when looking here in these rocks. And when looking towards the trees and bushes, it drops to like 150s. Pretty good experience. Finally, we are also going to try it with native DLAA with frame generation only. So this is native 2K. I was going to say 4K.
And one of these.
Yeah, 1440p as you can see with only frame generation. It looks much better and you can still get the same FPS, close to like 150-ish. Not quite 150, but this does hover around 144. So if you want 144 FPS, you can enable frame generation only and have that. Ultra buttery smooth gameplay right now. GPU usage is still maxed out, which is great in my opinion. And RAM usage doesn't go above 20 gigs. That's pretty amazing as well. And please do let me know, guys. Oops, not gonna go there. Sorry to disturb you all. So yeah, do let me know guys about the video quality of this video. Moving on, all my videos are gonna be on this capture card, using this capture card, and on my new streaming setup. It should look way better than before. And let me know if I can improve anything else. And finally, for the sake of the video, we're gonna do 1080p resolution. I know some of you are probably gonna be having 1080p panels or monitors, I should say. Do let me know who is playing on 1080p with this GPU, and we're gonna use DLAA using maxed out graphic settings, which is very high, pretty much very high preset. And let's check this out. 1080p resolution. And even at 1080p, the CPU is not bottlenecked in this game. That is fantastic optimization. This engine is pretty flawless, I should say. It looks, I mean, games look so good on this engine. And it runs great as well at the same time. We're gonna try frame generation as well on top of this. See how much more we can get. Maybe I think it will probably max out around 180. That's what I'm expecting. We probably cannot touch 200. I want to really see with the ultra performance DLSS after this, using DLSS frame generation as well. That would be pretty interesting to see.
They know where I am.
Because I really want to stress the CPU as much as I can in this game. So I'm going to stick to this area for now, because there are a lot of trees here and it's pretty demanding. And GPU is just sometimes it's dropping, but it's for a very fraction of a second it does that. Now we're going to use DLSS frame generation on top of DLAA at 1080p using the very high settings, which is basically maxed out for this game. And have a look at that, 180 FPS, pretty close to that. I was right about it. It's even going close to 190. Maybe if I look into this rock, yeah, we can actually touch 200, which is fantastic. Looking up at the sky, 220s, 230s, insane. And lastly, just for fun, guys, we're trying this with DLSS Ultra Performance and using DLSS frame generation as well at 1080p resolution. I really want to stress the CPU as much as I can. I will also try this with the low settings after this. And look at that. Look at all the artifacting on the character. It looks pretty awful. I mean, it's not artifacting. It's because we are using performance DLSS. On 1080p, it is like a complete crap. The water looks awful as well. But the special thing about this is that look at the GPU usage. It's still hitting 99%. We're getting like 230 FPS, 240. Look at that, 340, and it is still maxing out the GPU. What a fantastic engine this is. By doing these settings, you can actually tell that how good the engine is, the game engine is, how well optimized it is for CPUs especially. I want to quickly try this with low settings as well. The lowest preset, very low, I think that is. And as you can see, even with very low, it's touching, come on, can we hit 400? Can we, please? 400, yes, 390. Okay, 390 was like the maximum we can get. Unfortunately, 400 is not possible for us. Maybe if I look here, no. 392, yep. That's the maximum, guys, we can touch. The game looks absolute potato right now. Looks like we're playing on some ancient hardware at this point. But look at the GPU usage. It's very well optimized engine. This is how I generally like testing games. See if they're optimized or not. Truly optimized or not. So that will be it for this video, guys. Do leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will catch you on the next one. Till then, take care and bye-bye.